Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is, I think, my second video I've ever made in this channel. First of all, let me introduce myself, because you might be asking, who the hell are you? What the hell are you doing here in YouTube? And why what is this guy doing talking about AI, right? Um, so my name is Alan. I was born and raised here in Texas, and I hold two degrees. I hold a bachelor's degree in information systems, and I hold a master's degree in business analytics. So, the reason I made this video is to, I guess, encourage, motivate people, right, and to inform people as well about AI um, industries and AI consultation, AI agencies. A lot of people call it different things, right? So that's mostly what I really want to talk about in this video, right? Because I've seen a lot of people go on YouTube. I've seen a lot of people I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, TikTok post things about AI, build a receptionist, build workflows, build this, build that, right? Some of them are even selling their courses. Some of them are already starting to do all that crazy stuff, just like the e-commerce and all that stuff. So, um, first of all, AI right now is definitely the gold rush, right? A lot of people are adapting in their businesses to help them scale, right? Me personally, I do have my own AI agency. It's called TreadPoint Enterprises, and we do the same as others. We help businesses scale. We build them, receptionists, systems, workflows, websites, all that good stuff. You name it, right? Um, but anyways, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm just simply here to inform you how AI agencies can be something that could be life changing and could be something that could definitely be good for you, right? If you have still not sure what you want to do in life, or maybe you want to make some passive income in your current income, right? Or you want to turn into something crazy, like a crazy business thing, definitely, there's a lot of opportunity here, and there's definitely time, right? Because yes, it's considered the gold rush, and yes, AI is moving fast and it's adapting fast, but you know. And if you want to perfect something, you got to make sure you do it right. You do your research, and we go from there, right? Anyways, I built this little presentation, and hope you enjoy. Maybe you can pull something from it, so that way I could inform you a little bit about the AI agencies, AI systems, all this good stuff. And yeah, let's get to it, Um, First of all, one of the most important things right now that I've like heard a couple times is that AI is considered the gold rush, right? We're in the AI gold rush right now, right? So $407 billion market. So AI is projected, right? It's exploding, market explosion, we call it, right? It's projected to be $407 billion by 2027, which is 2 years from now. That's insane, right? So, it has a massive economic intent, um, and investment. So it's really crazy, right? And a record-breaking adoption as well, right? So it's definitely has a record-breaking adoption, 100 million users in 2 months, right? So tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, all that good stuff reach 100 million users in months, proving AI is the mainstream and instantly scalable, right? So definitely, 100 million users, So a lot of people, me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a victim of this because I'm not really using Google search as much as before. I'm using more like ChatGPT or Gemini to do my research, or ask questions, which a lot of people may see it as a bad thing, right? Because they're like, Alan, what if we lose our internet? What if um, ChatGPT goes down? How are you going to access information? You got to still be used to Google, right? Yes, I understand that perspective, right? But, we like efficiency and we like things fast, right? And ChatGPT, Gemini, they give you those fast results that Google can't, right? And it gives you even more deeper research, right? And they're more accessible, to be honest. But yes, so 100 million users in 2 months, that's insane, right? So definitely that lets you know that we're in the gold rush, right? And it's considered a 13 trillion new GDP, sorry. AI is expected to add 13 trillion to the global GDP by 2030, right? Fundamental redefining every industry. So $13 trillion will be added to the GDP, which is a big economic transformation. So that lets you know that there's a lot of opportunity with the AI industry, and you can definitely make money from it, right? So, anyways, A lot of people, I do see that, I from TikToks, YouTube videos, all that good stuff. I've seen that, they show their day of life, how they do cold calling, cold emails, or Facebook ads, or different ways to approach people, right? To offer their systems, offer their business, right? And many of you have questions on, um, what to do, right? Or what's the best method, which method is the worst, which method is best, or whatever, right? Um, to be honest, it just depends on you, right? And yes, there is data that proves which method has better results, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But to me personally, I feel the best way to reach people offering your AI services, AI systems, or whatever you're offering is by networking, right? So networking, I believe, is the most important factor, and the best way to start, or just in general to get clients, right? And sometimes, as bad as it sounds, yes, I know money is important, and making profit is definitely important, but sometimes, building skills is the better factor in a way, right? Why do I say that? Well, if you network, maybe you have a family member that has a business, maybe that family member knows people that have businesses, right? Um, a lot of people, if you see TikToks, YouTube videos, when they do cold calls, cold emails, they reject you and you kind of get discouraged, right? But don't get discouraged. It's normal, it's part of the game, right? And we all start somewhere, it's what matters is that you have the ambition, the motivation, and you're numb to all those rejections because it's gonna happen a lot, right? But networking definitely helps, right? Because if you network, you have the opportunity to meet people that know people that are in big like industries, they have big businesses or small businesses or something like that, right? But if you network yourself and you meet people, you can eventually build them systems or offer your services, right? Even if you offer it for free, right? Free may sound bad, right? But it's not always a bad thing, right? It's because yes, you're not making profit, you're not making money, but you're building skill sets, and eventually those people that you build the systems for can lead you to other people that you can eventually monetize from, right? So it's always a win-win. You always got to see the bright side of things, and if you do it like that, you're gonna go a long way, right? Because a lot of people always see it because of the money. And if you see it like that, you're gonna be stressed, you're gonna be worried, you're gonna be concerned, and it's always a mess, right? So do it because you love it, and you know do it at your own pace and time, and don't go FOMO on me, right? Fear of missing out. Yes, AI is moving fast, and a lot of people are doing this now. These AI systems are, going crazy right now. It's kind of like the Amazon ABA era, the e-commerce era, the crypto meme coin trading era, So it's all happening fast. But, like I said, it's a big market, $407 billion market by 2030. So, it's a large market, it's a lot of opportunity. A lot of people are, you know, realizing too late that they need their AI systems to adapt and to grow their business, right? But, there's always opportunity, right? You think about it like this, the US is a big country, and there's a lot of states, so maybe you're in your city precisely, maybe people don't want to pay for an AI system, or just whatever. But there's other places, there's other states, there's other cities, there's other spots, you don't gotta be there, you can do everything remotely now, right? So that's the beauty of it, right? So yes, networking is really important. Make sure you network and meet people, and don't be afraid to ask your friends, your family, to help you promote this business, or maybe offer your services to somebody else, even if it's for free. One of the things I do is, which helps, right? Because the reason I did this, I did my AI agency, TripPoint Enterprises, is to help businesses, right? Yes, at the same time, I want to monetize from it, which I totally get it. Money's life. We need money to live, right? People are greedy. I get it, but if you work with somebody and let them know, we work with you, and you pay what you can afford, right? You pay me what you can afford, right? And you make them feel like that, they're eventually gonna bulge in to invest, right? And you know that's one of the two things I do offer now is, if you like the system and the system benefits you that we build it, you pay. If you don't, you don't pay, right? Or simply saying you pay whatever you can afford, right? Everybody's different. Every system is different. I'm not gonna be charging $1,500 to a business that barely makes um $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, because the point here is to help businesses grow, right? And yes, I understand if you just want to focus on big industries that are already making thousands of dollars per month, whatever. I totally get it. That's up to you, whatever niche industry or wherever you want to hit. But I feel like helping small businesses grow as they go, that's probably uh, a good, I guess, point or way to start, right? So yeah, man. I mean, networking is really important, and build those skills, learn those skills, and eventually you be a pro and be an expert on doing all this stuff, right? So let me show you now the best method if you do want to do cold calling, cold emails, whatever. We definitely there's definitely numbers that you can see and you can learn from, so you can know maybe this is the best approach for me, right? Maybe you're good at talking to people, maybe you're good at sending emails, whatever it is. Let's let's definitely see right here. So this is summary. This is the summary of the B2B business to business per industry averages and benchmarks, right? So the channels, right? We have cold emails, we have Facebook ads, we have cold calling, we have organic marketing, and we have in person. So it just depends on you, whatever you want to do, right? So the lowest cost per lead is the cold emails, right? That's the lowest cost per lead, right? Organic marketing also, and it's also low cost per lead because you're doing everything organically, right? Um, Now, if you want to do Facebook ads, it's a medium cost per lead, and then um, cold calling and in person are the highest, right? And we're talking about cost per lead here. We're talking in this situation, we're talking about time, right? And time, right? So time is really important, right? So you always want to save the best time. You always want to use your time wisely. So, you know, cold emails takes no time. You simply could use ChatGPT to analyze a business, and it'll analyze it for you, and it can even tell you what the problems are and how you can use your AI business models to help that business scale. And eventually, we'll build you the email, and you can definitely send that email, schedule it for the next day if it's already be working. So something cool that I do is, for example, on the weekends, I start scraping a lot of businesses, and I just simply, analyze their problems using ChatGPT or Gemini. I analyze the problems with their business based on the website or the Google Maps, the Google page, whatever. And from there, ChatGPT lets me know how those problems can be fixed with my business skills, and eventually I'll build an email. And the crazy thing is, even ChatGPT will pull that email and will definitely use that email to send it off, right? So, and one of the things I do and I recommend doing, sometimes when you go on a business, you might see a info whatever email, right? So one of the things you can do there is try to find um an email with a name, right? Because sometimes they do have an email with a name, and why is that? Because maybe that email with the name is probably the owner of that business, right? Or somebody important in that business. Because if you do the info, maybe is connected to an assistant or something that sees those emails and didn't really have much care for it, right? And it doesn't even reach the general manager or the owner, right? So try to look for an email with a name. Or if there's no other, then just try that, right? If you do cold emails, right? For Facebook ads, Meta ads, those are really effective. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's medium, considered medium, but at first it's gonna do take some time because you have to learn how Facebook ads works. But from what I've seen is really effective. And a lot of people offer um, AI marketing, which is something really cool and really valuable. So definitely Facebook ads is it's costly sometimes, but yeah, definitely work, right? Cold calling, it's high, right? And why is it high? Because it takes a lot of time. You have to sit there, call and talk, and and sometimes um, it kind of stresses you out when you get rejected over and over and over and over. But that's part of the game, right? So much respect to those who do cold calling. It's definitely something that It's definitely something that's effective, right? But yes, it does take a lot of time. But hey, a lot of people are making money from doing cold calls, so much respect, let it flow, let it flow. Organic marketing is another one. A lot of people do organic marketing through LinkedIn, Instagram Reels, TikTok, is really effective, and it doesn't take a lot of time. To be honest, you can just use CapCut, record a simple video of what you do and do a CapCut and you know um, it will definitely attract people if you post it on Reels, on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a little bit more professional, but Instagram, TikTok, I've done it before. And literally, I've gotten like 400 views. TikTok, I've gotten 1,000 views, just like that, just using the hashtags and all that good stuff, no promoting, no none of that. So it definitely helps, right? And you may think 300 views is not a lot, right? Which I totally get it. But believe it or not, 300 people are actually watching your ad, right? Or your video, right? Which is a lot, I mean, 300 people, I mean, and if you get one or two people to contact you from that, 300 views, I mean, it's really valuable. So definitely, organic marketing is something you should do, It doesn't take a lot of time. And in person, it's probably the highest, right? I've seen TikToks of guys that go to businesses to offer their receptionist and all that AI service, and it does take a lot, right? But the cool thing about in person is that it has the highest trust quality. So you build the highest trust level, you build it with in person, right? And also organic marketing, you also build it with high, depending um how crazy your video is, or maybe your video is a little too robotic or or too too AI-ish, right? And it's not really that effective. But yeah, it's the trust is really high. Cold calling, it's medium, right? Because sometimes people, you know, you always get those scam likely calls, your extended warranty, right? Those like, extended warranty calls, all that good stuff. So definitely cold calling could be an issue, right? But it's medium. The trust quality definitely medium. And then Facebook ads can also be medium low, right? Because sometimes you don't know if that ad is legit or not legit, right? It all depends how you approach yourself, right? Maybe if you put your ad right and how you promote that ad, right? You definitely um maybe you make it you make it seem to where people could trust you, right? Upon your ad, right? So that's something also that's medium level, and then the lowest level is cold email. Sadly, I love cold emailing, but the trust quality is definitely. But I do tell you this, one of the things, me as a technology expert, what I do see when I get emails, I do see the email username, right? So, for example, mine is CEO at TradePointEnterprises.com, right? So that, if I got an email from something like that, that's kind of professional, then that'll tell me that's something professional, right? Because you can tell when an email's fake. You can tell, definitely tell when it's somebody from Pakistan or somebody try to scam you. Press this link, or you want an iPhone, or one of the ones that I do get is the Coinbase, that somebody transferred crypto from another Coinbase, but you see the email, I'm like, bro, what the hell is this, bro? So stupid. Anyways, the conversion, right? This is the important part right here, the conversion, right? Effectiveness to sell, right? So the conversion rates, right? Cold emails is between 1.5% to 5%, right? So the conversion is small, right? But I mean, you definitely it takes the lowest time, but the trust quality is low. The conversion effectiveness to sell is 1.5 to 5%. So that's something to look into, right? Best for your AI service, volume, first touch, so yeah, you can send a lot of volume in the lowest time. You can send a lot of emails to do this. So the volume is big. You can send a big volume of emails to different businesses, and you can do 1.5 to 5% conversion, right? It has the lowest time and the lowest trust quality, right? But cold emails is not bad. Yes, it might be low in a couple of things, but it's always worth a try, right? So Facebook ads, 1 to 3% of qualified leads, right? And you can promote your brand, and you can do lead capture, right? So you can actually see what the leads are and all that stuff. So Facebook ads is definitely another good conversion, well, small rate conversion, right? But and cold emails and Facebook ads are around the same, right? But the trust quality, definitely Facebook ads takes the win on that. And then cold calling, the there's a 2% to 6% of conversions, right? Immediate qualifications and follow up. That's because you do it in the instant, right? You do the cold call, you do your pitch, whatever. You talk to the customer, you talk to the person, and eventually there you can actually find out if they're interested or not interested, right? So it's all instant, right? And the conversion rate is 2% to 6%, definitely, right? And the trust quality is medium, and the time, definitely high time consuming, but it's worth it, right? Because the conversion rate is um uh, definitely out there, right? But cold emails is around the same, right? It's almost the same, right? 1.5% to 5%. So, that's something to look into as well. Organic marketing, 5 to 10%. That's really crazy. So definitely organic marketing, throwing videos out there, is definitely a big conversion rate that, it does consider long-term authority and passive leads, right? So, it's always going to be there, and people are always going to eventually get to that video and view the video, right? So that's something to look into as well. And then in person, of course, 10% through 25 plus percent of God knows conversion effectiveness. It's definitely a big conversion effectiveness, but it does take a lot of time. That's the thing, right? So you do have to be going to business, but you definitely can have the highest conversion rate to doing that, right? So if you sometimes see TikToks of people getting rejected, just remember 10%, 25% plus conversion rate, definitely worth it, right? Complex sales, high volume closure. So yeah, so definitely you get a bigger chance of getting W's and doing in person. So like I said, based on these numbers, you can decide what you want to do and what you think is best, right? But definitely in person is probably takes the win. It has the highest time, but it definitely takes the win on the conversion rates, right? So what platforms, right? What platforms can we use here, right? As you can see. So let me get a little bit smaller here for you. So what platforms do people use in the AI agencies, right? What platforms can be used to start your agency or to build your business, right? So first of all, AI receptions, right? Retail AI, for me personally, I feel like it's the best, right? First things first, you pay as you go, right? So whatever you use, I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like point. Oh, hold on, let me start. My fault, guys. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, let's see. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, retail AI is basically pay as you go. So it's like 0.002 cents per second, right? So it's only like whatever, if you do an inbound agent or outbound agent, it's whatever the call, how much, whatever time or whatever, how many amount of minutes you do per month, it's how much it will charge, right? But I think it gives you a 10%, a $10 credit when you start. So it'll deduct $2 because you'll buy a number, right? And then after that, you have $8 of credit left, which gives you enough to do some trial calls or whatever, and then eventually is whatever you use, right? So retail AI is definitely pay as you go, but if you build it for customers or businesses, right, you don't have to worry about um, paying, right, because that's going to be on them, right? So yes, definitely. So if you do AI receptionist for a business, you always want to build an account for them and then let them know that they have to pay like a like electricity bill of like a fee to just pay for the time that they use. It's just basically like having a phone number, right? It's like them, like they already pay for a line in their business. You just have to cancel that line so they can use this retail AI agent. It's a number. It's just like another line. It's like a receptionist, whatever. So you pay as you go. Really good, really beneficial, and it's really accessible. And you can tie it with high level and N8N to do workflows and build flows to make systems with that AI receptionist, right? So another one is high level, right? Go high level, I think it's one of the best CRMs, and you can do a lot of stuff. It's a little pricey, I'm not gonna lie to you, for somebody that's starting off, but it's normal. You do get a 14-day free trial, but if you do use a 30-day free trial with affiliate link from a famous YouTuber, they provide those, and not just that, but I think it's a win because you basically get the 30-day free trial, and you get some snapshots, which snapshots are basically whatever they use. They give you all their systems already pre-made, so all you got to do is punch in whatever your information or whatever your links, and there's YouTube videos on how to do that. So it's all there. It's literally all those sources are there. Um, so Definitely, it's worth it. Yes, $97 a month is the cheapest plan. You get access to everything. The only thing is you can only do three clients. Once you get more than three clients, but think about it like this. Let's say each client you charge them $100 a month. Worst case, $100 a month by three, that's already $300. So if you get a fourth client, more than three, you have to pay the $297 a month plan. But having already three clients, $100 each, you already have 300, so you basically already paid for that monthly membership, right? That's a worst case. I'm not saying charge 100. You all charge your different prices, but that's just a way to see it, right? It's an investment, first of all. It's not something that's going to be um, what's it called, that's gonna waste your money, right? Either way, you have 30 days to try it out. So 30 days is more than enough time to sit there, try it out, learn from it, and eventually get some clients by networking, all that good stuff. And then another two platforms that are free, and of course you can pay for them, right? I do pay for ChatGPT $20 a month, which gives you access to a lot of stuff. ChatGPT and then Gemini, right? Gemini you also pay. So Gemini is another good one, right? So those two, you definitely everybody should know about those platforms. If you don't, then you live under a damn rock, because you gotta know these systems, right? And Lovable, man. Oh, Lovable. I love this one. This is like literally crazy. Because I used to be in the web development. I used to build websites for businesses using Wix. Um, a lot of people might hate Wix. A lot of people might use Squarespace, or they might use Shopify, or they might use what's it called? WordPress, right? The classic. But I used to use Wix, and also Shopify, because I also have a hat brand called Trev Hats, and I built a Shopify store using themes. Um, but anyways, Lovable is crazy, bro. Like literally, eventually, hopefully, I get to make a video of how to use Lovable if God permits it, and it's insane, bro. So what it is like a ChatGPT but for website development or app development. So literally, you just write down a prompt, "Hey chat," you screenshot a website that you like, um, and you post that screenshot and you let it know, "Hey chat, I wanna build a website similar to this one, and I wanted to do all these functions, whatever, whatever, whatever." It's like basically talking. You're basically talking to a developer, but it's a AI prompt, and you type it, you do it, and it builds your website from scratch just like that, like crazy, bro, like crazy. And even apps, bro. It could build you an app, a software, a platform, whatever, and it's super cheap. You can do 25 dollars a month. Okay, first of all, for free, you get 30 credits per month. And I think it's like 5 credits per day, if I'm not mistaken. If you do the free, you get 30 credits per month, and then 5 credits for free per day. And if you don't use those 5 credits for that day, they'll add up. So basically, let's say the first day you get 5 credits and you don't use them, but you use the second day you start doing something, you have 10 credits. Um, and yeah, so you can do the free trial, and you get 30 credits per month, and I think that's enough to build a website, to be honest, for yourself. If you're starting a business or something and you want to build your own website, you definitely try it out, for educational purposes, whatever, just in general, just build your own website, right? But for $25 a month, let me tell you how crazy this is. You can connect your domain with the website, build your website, and you get 100 transferable credits per month, right? So those credits, what I mean by they could be transferable, is that if you don't use those 100 credits, they'll be transferred to the next month, right? That means that you have 200 credits that other month, right? So that's crazy. They keep adding up, adding up, adding up, right? And each I guess execution, or when you ask something like to build you something, let's say for example you build the page, right? It builds to the website, and then there's certain things that are not working, and you say fix this, fix that, add this, add that. So every time you do something like that, you lose credits, right? So it goes based on credits. But for $25 a month, you get to connect your domain to that email. So you're running your website, right, for $25 a month. But on top of that, you have credits to build other websites. So you can monetize from this, right? This is a big opportunity here. And it's all done with AI, and nearly maybe a website that will take you 5 days, 7 days, 14 days to build, you can build it in 2 days, or maybe that same day, maybe a couple hours, right? It's insane. It's insane what AI can do, right? And then over here we have one of the best, N8N, right? There's also Make. It's also other softwares that you can use other than 8N. But I think 8N N8N, sorry. I'm a little joking there. It's top notch, bro. So it's a lot of YouTubers and there's a lot of videos of how to use N8N. Literally, I'll recommend you to check those out and definitely check those out because they're really worth it, right? For $20 a month, you get 2,500 executions. That means executions. It means like, let's say you build an AI agent using N8N, right? So every time somebody uses your agent, they ask it something, that's an execution. So every time, let's say you ask the agent, um, hey, like let's say you have a chat agent in your website for your car dealership, right? And you go in there to use the agent for the website that you build with A&N, and you ask the agent, do you have a car that has 15,000 miles? So that right there, that's an execution. So you have 2,500 of those with $25 a month. So it's definitely, sorry, for $20 a month, 2,500 executions. So that's definitely worth it. And you build systems, right? And if you learn all these systems together, I believe that you can definitely kick ass on the AI agency industry or in the AI industry as well, right? So one of the things um, I do, what can I say? um, I look back to, right? Feel like a lot of people, especially people that I went to school with in university, right? They graduated. We all graduated, and they're kind of having. They're saying that they're having trouble finding jobs and this and that. But sometimes we got to see the big picture, right? What if we, instead of looking for a job, we just start an AI agency, right? Shit. I mean, all these softwares are like legit, and these are new softwares that are making everything efficient for us. So instead of learning MySQL, learning Python programming, um, don't learn that. Just learn these systems because these systems are the future, right? So adapting these can eventually, give you a lot of opportunities, right? So definitely try these out. Definitely eventually in the future, making videos of how to use these and how we can use these differently. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have for this presentation, to be honest. And if you're against with what I said, I apologize. I'm just definitely not making you choose any sides or um choose just any side in general, right? I'm just basically informing you of how AI agencies work, how people are now adapting to these AI agencies and how they're helping businesses scale and this and all this good stuff. But definitely it's something to look into, right? So hopefully you pull some information from this, and if you want to start your own AI agency, you can um, go to this video to maybe know what systems to use to start, or what's the best method to get clients, or in general just what you can pull from this, right? So like I said, hit a like if you can, comment if you want me to maybe show something that I missed here, or you want to learn something that has to do with AI agencies and all that stuff that maybe other people have not answered you, and maybe I could answer you, help you answer it, and we can all learn from it, right? So thank you for watching this video, man, and hope you stick around for other videos that I make, and thank you for your time. Definitely have a great day.